What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window spoiler review and ending explained. This is a satire of the genre of crime literature and adaptations like The Girl on the Train and The Woman in the Window, and pokes fun at not only the plot with the convenient way a woman can see the killer clear as day at nighttime, but also the amount of wine the protagonists drink, especially Anna knocking all her wine corks over, and as well as the sheer lunacy of some of these plots. It's billed as a dark comedy, but while I did a few I never found it as funny as Christian Bale's other shows, and to be honest, it wasn't really that funny, which is a shame, but I do appreciate it being 20 to 30 minutes an episode. But I did find the core mystery pretty darn gripping as we head into many different suspects. I did expect her maybe to be reading or writing a book or Alan Wake style at the end, considering that she was reading a book that was similar to the story of Neil and his wife's death. Now, Anna is reeling from the death of her daughter 3 years ago, and the mystery of what happened looms heavy over the first half of the season, as she used to be a painter but stopped and just drinks and struggles to get back into dating. It turns out that on a day when it is take your daughter to work day, her daughter went with her father instead of her mother to work, only he is a criminal psychologist, and we get some sort of like Mindhunter, Silence of the Lambs parody here. And, well, he does talk to the worst of the worst. And the dad did leave the daughter in the room with a cannibal, which is pretty dark as she is killed there. The jokes are presented in the ridiculous situations that are presented, and it's sort of like a schmigagoon. I can never pronounce that word, where they're living in a ridiculous world. Now, it's an interesting one, but the stories or the jokes, do fall short, and the running jokes about wine and chicken casserole just get very, very long in the tooth. Since the death, the couple did drift apart, and she lives alone in a house while he is starting to date again. Oh, and she is also scared of rain, as it reminds her of the day her daughter died. Now, in comes Neil, who I was absolutely kind of like, who is that guy? And it turns out he was Oggy in The Nevers, if you've checked that out. That was an amazing show. You really need to see it. He has moved in across the street with his daughter after his wife died, and instantly Anna is attracted to him. They share dinner and even almost have a kiss, but it turns out that he has a girlfriend, the air hostess, Lisa, who is keen to remove Anna's influence and throws away markers that Anna gave to Emma, and Anna then shouts at Carol, but things heat up when good old Lisa is killed, and we get a proper rear window or woman in the window situation where she calls the police only for Neil to say she's gone away and there was no murder. What are you talking about? The thing here is that there are a few different things at play. Anna discovers that not only did Neil's wife die in suspicious circumstances and he was a suspect, but he was also a chaperone on a school trip, and a teacher also died on that trip, making him a key suspect in the eyes of Anna. She was looking into the social media of Lisa, only to find sexy Rexy, and we get another twist as we learn that Lisa and Rexy have a plan to rid widows of their money by scamming them, and Neil is just another mark for them, and Lisa has done this, and Rex turns up after not hearing from her, and then suspects Lisa and Anna of trying to cut him out of the deal. The jokes about the bread and the ex-husband were really, really weak here, in my opinion. And, well, what happens next? Well, it turns out that Lisa is Chastity. Well, that's a weird one, but this leads the police to Anna's house, and after they made love, he is arrested. So is Anna later on, as the murder weapon was found, and it was a palette knife. It's clear that she has been framed, but who could this be? Over the course of the season, she has heard noises in the loft and thinks that she has maybe the body hidden up in the loft. I thought this was going to be like a malignant thing, and has she had an alter ego living up there? What happened? Well, I did wonder what could come of this story, as it was looming large, as well as the flashbacks that Anna had of killing Lisa/Chastity. Now, she did forget things quite a lot, forgetting to put her oven mitts over of course, the oven pot. But she did. What happened? So, well, it turns out that Buell the handyman has been living in her loft. It's quite a funny gag that the handyman has been working on the mailbox for years and was a reformed criminal that Douglas helped set straight and hired. The problem with the comedy here is that, well, a lot of these people are not good comedic actors. A lot of them are simply playing this straight. Most of it, 90% of it, is played completely straight, and that's why the jokes do not land. Now, Buell has been living there, and so she wasn't alone and trying to hunt down an animal that was causing her bother. But in the confusion, she does suspect him and chases him to Neil's house, thinking that he was the killer, only to find out that in quite a shocking twist, that Emma was the killer. She was angry that her mother was pregnant with another baby and sabotaged the doc, leading her to be killed, and even killed her teacher and Lisa, as well as trying to warn off Anna, but it didn't work and the pair fight as Emma is killed with a casserole dish shard. Payoff of that joke, which that was pretty savage. We even get a happy ending with Anna kind of being believed, her art's popular, and she has another child, is living her life with Douglas, and Buell survived. Now, that's a pretty decent ending, I thought. That's a great place to end it. Only we get a cliffhanger ending as she awakes in a vodka stupor. She's not drinking wine anymore, as she's moved on from that. She's healed. But we get Glenn Close, and yes, that was shocking that she was on this plane, but, well, what is going on? So there was no person in the seat that this person said, and of course, Anna wakes up to find that she's been killed, only for it to be not true. The person has not been killed. And we get a flight plan style mystery in the air, sort of kind of being set up. I feel that setting up a season 2 is quite a reach, considering how choppy Netflix are with their franchises. They're chopping everything up, so it's a weird one there. I would have liked a twist ending or a meta ending, but instead we got a similar story being teased, which may go nowhere as we move towards some sort of like Murder on the Orient Plain or something like that, which I'm not really a fan of. I did enjoy the show, but the promise of the comedy and the setup and the lampooning, I was expecting maybe National Lampoons or maybe something like Spy Hard or Naked Gun or Airplane, but we didn't get it. Unfortunately, it did not hit home. That is no fault of Kristen Bell, but the rest of the cast did not understand they were in a parody. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Please do drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and do subscribe with notifications on if you want more from us, and I will see you soon, and goodbye.